okay, you've done customer service 5 years, product 5 years. You want to move to product at that same level, and the same thing. Sorry, you might need to pay a price. I'm not saying do it side also because business is not for everybody. But what's the budget for this thing? If it's not enough, please, I cannot waste. So sometimes they don't need reskilling because they have the skill.
So you can go to your boss and ask to renegotiate your pay.
I've taken pay cuts before, and why did you say flag?
Yewande is the founder of Career Life Nigeria and the convener of the Employability Fitness Program. She's a senior HR professional and the head of people and culture for a leading fintech in Nigeria. A social initiative, Career Life Foundation, is aimed at reducing unemployment by helping graduates and professionals become employable. She's the author of the All-Inclusive Career Handbook. She's a public speaker, she's a coach, and has been featured in various media platforms, including Bella Naija. My guest today is Yewande Jinadu, popularly called Coach YJ. A lot of people, I bet people speak about things like being stuck in their career, right? And maybe because they're in the wrong place or wrong career, or for some people, you just feel like there's nothing else to do here. So when you're feeling stuck in your career or at a level or in a position, like what do you do?
So I would liken being stuck to like moving from the passenger seat to the driver's seat. A lot of people are in this career train and they're in the passenger seat. They're allowing life happen to them, or career or workplace or corporate or politics or whatever happened to them. So you hear a lot of women like, I'm not happy, my boss is this. A lot of people tie their happiness to where they are. Like, do you have things going on in your own life that make you happy? It may not even be changing jobs. Some people think they need to change career paths. Maybe you really need to just change jobs, not career. You are not happy as a salesperson because your current place is toxic. You don't need to leave sales to HR or customer service.
You just need
to change that job, right? And if you're thinking that okay, your skill sets, you have other skill sets. See, you're allowed to have different skill sets. So invest in whatever you think works for you. Have a life outside work. I'm not saying do it side also because business is not for everybody. But if business is for you, do it. If changing jobs, do it. If you need to take up professional courses. And sometimes it's not only professional courses. So some people think, oh, I want to move into product. I've done a course in product. I've not gotten a job. Like it's a magic one. They don't know that 1,000 of you have done courses in products. Even those that have experience are still looking for a job. Not talk of you that you don't even have experience in product. It's customer service you have been doing for 5 years. You don't want to move to, okay, you've done customer service 5 years, product 5 years. You want to move to product at that same level and the same thing. Sorry, you might need to pay a price. It's better to change career. I changed at the beginning of my career. My first salary was 15,000. People don't believe. 2 chemical engineering graduate. I collected 15,000, but I didn't collect it for more than 1 month.
Wow.
Some people, you want to move, you are not willing to pay the price. Body midnight can't do no. Leave your comfort zone and go and mix with people in product and network. No, you want to be brain. But do the work. I'm not saying prayer is not good, but do the work of building that network, doing the courses, and be willing to maybe go to level 3 in that product, and level 3 pay and level 3, and then build your way up to the top. Unless you are lucky to have a godfather or one high mentor that is ready to give you a chance. A lot of people do get that opportunity, but nobody will give you that chance if they've not seen a bit of value, or it's not your father or your uncle or something. And for anyone to give you a chance, you must have been in their network and shown. If you have like 5 million to give for a business, maybe you want to give for business. They may as well that you don't know. Won't you trust me that this person, I know this person not worry with my money. It's the same thing. So work on your network, especially when you transition.
That's a personal development. I hear you speak about, take courses, do things like that. I know that a lot of people also sit down and wait. And I hear people complain to everybody that, oh, they're not training me. My company, they should give us training. Whereas, of course, a lot of companies try, they have budgets for trainings and things like that. But, what's the role of personal development? I've heard you speak about, go push yourself, take courses, do things like that. And in fact, sometimes personal development almost sounds like, one word that we hear a lot of it. But where do I start from when you say personal development?
Your destination. Personal development starts with your goal. where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years? People are scared to ask themselves that question because you don't know, COVID happened, shit happens, but you know, things happen, we know. But like, still plan. And based on that destination, look at people. That's how what works for me. See, I have people, and I'm grateful. I think I started in 2018. People that are seated in the seats I want to occupy in 20 years, they're my mentors.
I like
I've studied that. This person, you are seated, and I have big dreams. I'm friends with them. So by association, and sometimes the many of us understand me, but I'm observing. Okay, when did they get their masters? When did they get this certification? What are some of the skills? I'm checking their LinkedIn profile. What are some of the skills they have? What are the kind of exposures they have that they don't have? I curated my career journey. I moved from being a specialist to being a generalist. And sometimes people think personal development is expensive. You just need to be hungry. I would say 80% of what I learned is not something I paid for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. All these WhatsApp groups that everybody will be ignoring, they will not join. When they are having knowledge sharing sessions, Yewande is always the normal. So I am joining the ones that are happening in US, in UK, because I'm not a local champion. I'm saying, how are they practicing HR elsewhere? I'm joining their sessions, I'm contributing, and so a lot of them are free. The ones that are paid for,
interestingly,
they made are free. People are sharing knowledge for free.
Yes, true.
Even Coursera, you can apply for financial aid. It's free.
That's a lot of free benefits.
Listen, how did I get my first HR job? The day before I applied, it's when they invited me. I went to do a free course on analyzing. They were asking me for some of the theories in HR that I learned 24 hours before. Wow. I did not say give me the chance. I'm hardworking. I learned the theory of HR because I knew I was disadvantaged than other people. So I paid the price. And so because I knew that I'm constantly working with people that have, this and this in HR, I'm not looking at myself and feeling bad. I'm doing the work. I started CPM immediately. When it was time for my SPHR, I planned it every 2 years. I must do something. I did SPHR 2 years. I'm doing my coaching right now.
I like that. Every 2 years, you challenge yourself to do something.
So I'm already thinking, my 2 years almost, what is the next thing for you? I'm not just expecting my employer. I'm expecting someone to a magic one. I'm putting in the work and paying the price. God will bless the work of my hands. There's something in my hands already. So for personal development, don't wing it. If you're working in multinational where you are lucky to have that, well and good. But if you're not lucky, if you've worked in companies like small companies like I am, just put in have a budget. Have a budget every month, 10% or 15% of your salary. Put it in an account in PiggyVest that is called not big or anyone, FBN, Cowrywise, whatever. Put it there, the learning budget, and know where you want to spend it at. Know that I'm saving for this thing is 1 million, is 800. I'm dropping it every.
I like that. That's very intentional, very deliberate. You're saving because we save for a lot of things, right? But a lot of people don't save towards their personal development. And I like the fact that you said that every 2 years you challenge yourself and you have a budget, and that will help you to achieve.
Investment. Most people are doing investments in property. Right. Investment itself, you can't go wrong because your rates 2 years ago were maybe 20 naira per hour. It's now 15 naira per hour. Which investment will give you such? Will give you 300% ROI. And that's the advantage of personal development. Your value even to employers triples. You can with your full chest and say, I'm not collecting this money. If you don't like, I'll go and transform. I'm not collecting.
Makes sense. I mean that's so spot on. That's delightful. Let's talk a bit about women being underemployed, and then we can talk about how women can really position themselves. When we're talking about this gender disparity, I also knew that there was a kind of survey that said that men are likely to earn twice as much as women on the same role, same job description, and things like that. Now, I know I've also said that it's possible that women are not putting in the work, but there are cases where women are actually doing the work, but are just not getting it. So I want you to tell us, just talk around a bit how women can really position themselves to earn better, especially when you talk about being underemployed, for example, underpaid, how can women, actionable steps for any woman watching now? You feel, underemployed, you feel underpaid, what are the specific steps, that you can take, right, to get better?
It's about value, right? I've faced that before. So I moved from a place where I was well valued, but the industry I was moving into, it was way more work and it was way pricier. And so I was using that eye to value myself. And when I got in, I was like, this work is not the work I was doing.
Yeah.
I had to sit myself back and revalue myself. And I renegotiated and I got it.
Yewande, let's talk about renegotiation. One of this we're talking about too. So I don't know if it was off camera when we're saying that sometimes, you want to employ a man because you feel, women have problem. Their trouble is too much. And I've heard, motivational speakers say, sometimes to women and say, you can go to your boss and ask to renegotiate your pay, right? How would that woman not be seen as a troublemaker like you have come? I think this was even a celebrated story. I think while on CNN or BBC, I can't remember, co-presenters on the same show, male, female, and the male was earning like 2 or 3 times what the female was earning. And then she needed to go to her boss and say, look, I need to renegotiate. We're doing the same work. Why are you paying me less? How can a woman do that successfully without coming across as women? They've come again, trouble. They've come to ask for money.
You're going to be troublesome if you are coming from trouble. If you are coming from value, see, first thing is, I would advise you don't be in that position of renegotiation. You do it before you enter, because you have a greater leverage.
Before you get in.
But if you have gotten in, don't come from emotions. Don't come from this one. I worked 6 months. I worked my blood out. That 6 months, I came correct. I showed them the value. So it's not really the case of I'm coming in entitled, I just joined and I'm like this person. It's not going to be easy. But 6 months will be too long. You might want to do like 3 months. So for example, you are at level 2. You negotiated at level 2 because you thought you were going to do level 2 work. And you got in and you're like, it's like level 5 work I'm doing. Right? And other people are earning level 4 or level 5.
Yeah.
Start doing the work of level 4 or level 5. Surpass the expectation. Make yourself somebody that even the eyes, some employers are smart, they will come and give you that. I've had an opportunity here by that person has joined and will come and say we are paying you more. This person did not ask because we have seen that this person is doing way more.
Yeah.
But 99% of employers will not come back. Me self, I'm guilty because everybody is trying to cut costs and so they will say they don't have money.
Right.
So when you are done with this and you're coming back after 3 months, you are saying, this is what I've done. This is why I deserve it. You are not coming with all sorts of entitlements. Why is this person anymore when you are not even doing half as much as that person? Do more and come and say, I'm doing this thing. If they don't give you and you say you want to leave, that person will come back and call you. So that you are pricing something in the market now, person will come back and call because you have shown value. So negotiation is possible if you are able to show the value. Nobody wants to start the process all over again or lose you.
I like what you said. I know in one of your write-ups, I've read that you advise, I follow your almost all of the handles. You've advised that while you're working, don't get carried away with just doing the work, but remember to put down everything that you've achieved, every value that you've added. And so those kind of things, you documented it, like what you said, that's going to come in handy. You can come up with specific points, value that you've added, and not just to come and say, my male counterpart is earning more than me, I need more money. No, it's not about that, but it's about you showing and being able to demonstrate the value that you've added, and then you can really negotiate. But it's always better to do it before you even get in.
Please do it before. And your negotiation is a gamble. Most times people come to me for negotiation, they're like, I'm scared. It's gamble. You get it or you lose it.
But there's no harm of trying.
Be ready to lose it. See, one thing about negotiation is this: I know my value, right? And even if I'm looking for a job, I'm desperate. If I take I've taken pay cuts before, and if I'm coming in right now, I'm ready to lose it. This is the minimum I can. I've done my research. This is the minimum I can collect. If you cannot pay it, I'm sorry. I won't say, can you pay? I'm sorry, I'm declining this offer. Let them know I'm declining it. Because if you cannot match this, and if you can't, then I move forward. And that's when I start doing it. Maybe me, I'm not proud of before. Maybe I will have asked. But ask the budget before. What's the budget for this thing? If it's not enough, please, I cannot waste, because interviewing is work. It's one. I can't talking. You're not giving me like 40% less than what I earn. It is to do with economy.
But that makes sense. It makes sense to ask for the budget even before you start to interview.
Apply. They call you. Ask for the range. If sometimes
that's something to take care of.
Smart employers would ask you for your range. once they ask you for your expectation, so you know that they are aware. What am I expecting? I'm telling you that my expectation is 10 naira. For example. So I now spoke, you are now offering me 8 naira. So you're taking you. You get it? So it's not clear. This is my expectation. A range. So, and they say if it's negotiable, it's not negotiable past 10 naira. If you're not giving me 10 naira, please let me just continue where I am.
There's some work you do, for moms who have taken a career break, to birth or to raise families. Tell us a bit about that.
So I have a friend. Basically, was someone that actually even kind of like made me think it was possible, inspired. So right, she had to like leave work, to raise the children, had a thriving career, but had to take a pause, right? No help. It's not easy for us to juggle. Sometimes when you're coming back from maternity leave, you are feeling guilty like you're a bad mother.
Right.
So some people leave, and so wanted to come back to the workspace and literally didn't think it was possible to get a job that would give her flexibility. They start from the mindset: if you don't think something is possible, it's not going to be possible. But I knew that it was possible. I have that flexibility, and a lot of companies now have that flexibility. So when she called and we were working together, support system, and when she called that, she actually got a fully remote job. And I'm like, I need to do this thing. And so the Career Moms Mentorship is a 9-week mentoring program. So I gathered senior, successful women who have birthed and are thriving in their career to come for a mentorship program. I literally designed the topics on the kind of things that women who need to get back to the workforce need. So sometimes they don't need reskilling because they have the skill. A lot of issue that they have is the confidence, the lack of knowledge. If you don't even know how and where to look for those things, the kind of skills to be able to come back and still thrive in the workforce. So some people come back and they go back because the blade is rusty. So that 9 weeks is being facilitated by women who are currently thriving in the workforce. And then there's a WhatsApp group. Every Saturday we have 1.5 hour sessions. Teach people, coach people, and in that WhatsApp group you have access to these mentors, those women that are been there, done that, and then we share opportunities as well. So that 9 weeks like an incubating session. Some of the feedback that has come is a lot of women about 80% of the women now have their confidence back, are actively applying and actively interviewing. A lot of people are actually getting opportunities because when you put everybody in a room and you are all sharing opportunities with yourself, 1 or 2 people are bound to pick all of those things. And even those that in that 9 weeks don't pick, 3 months, 6 months down the line, I've gotten a job, I have my ginger back. What they've lost, they now have it back, and they are back into thriving careers. So we've done 2 cohorts last year. So we do in March. We start after International Women's Day, from March till about April, May, then maybe June, ending of May, June period. So that's what we do for not just women but mothers. Yeah.
So I like that you talk about being able to tap into other people in the group, So I want to ask, for this group, is there a membership fee? How can people who are probably listening to us now are in that kind of box? Is there a way that they can reach out? Is there a requirement to join, or is it free to everyone? How can they tap into it?
It's free. So Career Life is a non-for-profit. A lot of programs we design is from a need. It's from needs, not even that one person. So it was only EFP before, but we started this one because the need has been reoccurring. I'm doing it on a one-on-one basis. So I'm like, I can't do it for one-on-one. Why don't I just do it for so we did it for 90 to 100 people at a go, right? And it was quite long. It's free. So if you follow us on Instagram, once we have programs, we even do monthly sessions for those that are not even women. Once we have program, is on Instagram, it's on Twitter. You just need to register. And the requirement for that is you must be a mom, right? Either unemployed or underemployed, or unemployed mostly. But if you're a mom with at least 1 child, and some people are even still at work, but they are underemployed.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's for them to kind of get their ginger back and tap from everyone's resources and get back to what they need to do.
I'm going to leave your handle, on the screen. I know it's Yewande Jinadu on
Career Life NG.
Oh,
so that's the non-profit that organizes this program. Yewande helps organize it. If you follow Career Life NG on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, every of our programs you'll see we're doing every month.
Wow.
So it's a community, so we have a community.
Wow.
But and out of this community we now have flagship programs that are annual.
Okay. Thanks so much, Yewande, for being on the show. Lastly, Yewande has a book, and I will be giving. I think that Yewande has promised that if anybody is buying the book, any of the viewers of this particular episode, if you're buying the book, just reference this episode and say, "Oh, because you watched this episode, and you're going to be getting ₦1,000 discount off that book." And that's amazing. Thank you, Yewande, for that. I'll also be giving out 2 free copies of that book. So all you have to do is comment below, tell me the reason why you need that book, and then you will get. I will give out 2 commenters free copies of that book. Thank you, Yewande, for being on the show.
Thank you.
I know how busy you can be, but thank you for coming here.
It's a pleasure.
See you.